So what do you think of Catholic Charities and tie-dye for going along with this?
I think there's some black-hearted, mean-spirit, cruel, wicked, mean people, because they all know. I think they don't care about nothing but money. All they care about is getting the paycheck. That's why I think of tie-dye and Catholic Charities.
Do you think that people across the island share your belief?
I think they do. I think they do.
Other people think.
I think they do.
What do you think of the fact that tie-dye has all of these programs for people who are recovering from drugs and getting, getting out of jail, halfway houses for people getting out of jail, and helping homeless people get off the street and stuff like that? What do you think about this? Is supposedly a great, kind, compassionate thing that they're doing.
I think being that it's radiation and everybody's going to get sick and die on it, I think it's the most cruelest thing to do. I really do. I see that there's a lot of empty apartments in San Francisco, apartment complexes, houses and everything that they have that's empty. They can put people there instead on Treasure Island where that's known to be toxic. Everybody knows there's radiation out there is toxic. And everybody knows that radiation causes cancer. Everybody knows that. So I think it's the most cruel and most mean, black-hearted, mean-spirited thing to do to somebody. And to fool somebody like that, to make it look, because the apartments and everything is really nice, but everything's nice. You know, it's like everything a person would want in an apartment. They got the washer and dryer. You know, it's just like a house here. So, you know, you think you're really getting something, but you're getting a pig in a poke. Because you eventually get sick, and a lot of people be getting sick. They don't even realize that they're getting sick, because when I first moved out here, I got sick. You know, I got a cold and Flint. I got sick, but I thought that it was because of the being around water, and it was because of the radiation.
Mm-hmm. It took several years for you to put two and two together and figure this out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took. Because I moved in here in 2004. In 2012, I figured out that's why I was sick.
Yeah, because you read that article.
That took what, 8 years?
Because you don't know. You don't know. Nobody told you.
No.
You weren't informed. This is the failure to report. Other than the two people who lived in the apartment underneath you and died, mm-hmm. Do you know anybody else on the island who was sick or is sick now? Do you know other people? I do. I know a couple of people, you know, but I can't say their names because I talk to people on the bus and they're admitting that they're sick. There's people on the street here, right across the street, that I talk to, you know, that I talk to quite often. They're sick. Their whole house is sick. Their what do they
sick.
have?
They have the same symptoms as me: getting sick, nausea, and throwing up. Yep, the same thing. Enlarged heart. You know, a lot of people, I've read about 2 or 3 people, I believe, and they went to the doctor and found out they had enlarged heart. And tumors like Andre.
And tumors.
Yeah.
Other people have tumors.
Yeah. They have little small ones. They're not quite as big as Andre's. Mm-hmm. And they said the same thing that me and Andre said. It started off as a little pimple. And then it turned into a tumor. Mm-hmm. They had the same thing. Yeah. So Andre's the worst I've seen.
Andre's the worst I've seen, too.
Yeah.
I have been told that by at least 5 other people that they have these little pimples and that they get bigger and bigger and turn into tumors.
And then a couple of people have radiation rashes. We talked about that and they said, describe the rash. And they said, yes, they said they had somebody, a family member or somebody that lived in the house that came up with a rash. Mm-hmm. So I'm hearing, you know, people are really getting sick. They don't know, they don't understand, you know, what they're getting. They think it's just normal stuff. The side effects are kind of like normal things, like a toothache. You know, you wouldn't think it was because of radiation, because that's, you know, people, that's the thing that people do every day. Every day people have a toothache, a rash. Every day someone has a rash. You know, every day somebody might have a tumor. You know, it's like, but like tumor is a little bit more significant.
But it still starts out as a pimple.
Yeah.
You just think it's a pimple. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, that looks normal too. Everybody gets pimples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So basically,
this is well known, and yet they sit on it and do nothing. You and Andre have tried to do something. You've tried to inform people. You've taken the paper around to people.
We talk about it on the bus.
We talk about it
on the bus, leaving off the bus on Treasure Island, coming on the bus from Treasure Island, and then we ride the bus throughout the city. Then we pass the paper out to show proof of it. And then people really started to get interested. Really started to say, oh yeah. At least one person when we were on the 25 bus that when we bring it up is really mad about that, that knows about it is really mad about it. So we're really putting the word out there. And then we had the paper, we pass the paper around too. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we take days off or we might go out in the evening and pass the papers around, you know, and people are getting the message. And a lot of people didn't even know about the radiation. I went to go look at a house last week, and we was telling the landlord, the property, the man who owned the house about, and they didn't know nothing. He didn't know nothing about it. He heard about Treasure Island, but he didn't know it was radiation out there. He didn't know nothing about that. I don't even think he even knew people even lived out here. He probably, but he didn't know it was radiation out here, and all these toxic and arsenic and water and all that. So we're getting the word out to San Francisco, and then plus we have family members and friends that live in different parts of the city and different parts of the country. We send them on text, smartphones is the greatest thing they ever invented.
Yeah.
We can link it to forward picture, text it, or email to other people. And if they don't have an email, if they got a smartphone or a cell phone, you can just can text it to them, and they can read it and everything else. So we're getting it out there, so people should know.
Okay, so to people who are watching this video, look at this woman, this very, very strong woman, and every day she feels dizzy and sick, and lots of times when I've come to her door, she can't let me in because she's ill, and yet she's out there wanting to tell people, wanting to share this information, and so I want you to look at this beautiful person and help and send this video around to everybody you know, because the powers that be in San Francisco are controlling the media and keeping people in the city, even in the city, from knowing that Treasure Island is toxic and that people are stuck out here because you can't pay the astronomical rents in San Francisco, and there are low rents out here. So we're looking at one of my heroes right now. I'm serious, Felita.
Thank you so much.
You are.
I never would have thought I would be in a place where I would have to be standing up and talking about this, because nobody else is talking about it.
That's right.
Everybody is keeping their lips are sealed. They're not even saying anything about their afraid of their apartments.
They're afraid. A lot of them, I think, are afraid of ending up. A lot of them are on subsidies, and they're afraid of retaliation.
Yes. And they usually, they do retaliation here
They
in San
do.
Francisco. They will illegally, they'll do illegal tactics just to get rid of you.
They do.
And get away with it.
They've got all these rules in the leases and trick you and trap you up so that they can evict you. And these people out here on subsidies, many of them were homeless. They don't want to be homeless again.
No, and they'll take staying here, they'll take breathing in radiation. They'll take all this because they don't know how to fight. And a lot of them don't even know. A lot of them don't care.
Well, after they see this video and read see the video about how you did that standoff at the door, you are giving them tools to fight with. This is how you do it. So thanks so much, Felita. You're incredible. You're incredible.
Thank you, Carol.
You're a major whistleblower.
I try.
Well, you are succeeding.
Because I don't like to see people suffering. I have empathy for human beings.
Yes. Good for you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Oh, flash me that smile. I love that smile.